you're on the Lion diet and you're traveling around, this video will be really helpful for you because it was really helpful for me. Check this out.
What I ordered from Burger King on a carnivore diet, I went for 10 beef patties.
I do like Carnivore Cam. He is a cool guy, isn't he? I do like his personality.
Just go and ask them to cook fresh. They don't put the meat in any oils. It came for £16 a lot.
See, that ain't bad, is it? £16. He's got 10 whoppers there. Because that's a lot of meat. You can see it there, look. That is each one of them. That is a lot of meat right there.
Burger King's actually a decent option. According to their website, it's 100% beef.
And I double checked that, and their website does say it's 100% beef. Which is surprising, because you always think fast food is just rubbish, but no, it's supposed to be quite good. Though I will say this, I do question how lenient they are with that statement. It's like when you go to the supermarket and you buy a bit of pork loin or a bit of beef, like a ribeye steak or something, and then you go to the butcher's and you buy a bit of pork loin or a ribeye steak, and you cook them, and it's almost like two totally different things. The texture's different, the flavour's different. And I'll be honest, I actually prefer the supermarket. So I think the supermarket are adding something, and it seems to improve the flavour a bit. It makes me question, you know, what the fast food places do that maybe they don't need to disclose as well. But still, I'll say this also. I have thrived eating nothing but Burger King beef. I stayed in Budapest for a while, and it was pretty much all I ate. I did have some other stuff as well, but when I had the days where all I had was a load of whopper patties once a day, I felt great. I think that 1 meal a day thing really, you don't have to worry about that. Lion diet still helps everything, even if you don't do it, but I did feel absolutely at my best ever on 1 meal a day just eating a load of whopper patties. And they do taste good, he's right and all, they actually do. I think that tastes better than what I cook at home. The closest I've ever got to making beef burgers that tasted like that at home was on, I think it was 10 or 15% fat minced beef. And that tasted kind of similar, but not really. But anyway, I'll tell you what, when I first saw this video, it was just before I went to Sheffield, a conference in Sheffield. And I'd been to a conference a few months prior to that in York, where I had done the whole Michaela thing, you know, sneaking an air fryer in and all that. And I thought, I really don't want to do all that. You know, it's so much effort, it's heavy. And then you feel like you're doing something wrong because you're bringing an appliance into somewhere and you're plugging it in. It's not, you know, they do their fire testing and all that sort of stuff, and it just feels a bit out of order. And when I saw this, I was like, wow, okay, that really solves a big problem. So got to Sheffield. I got myself over to the Burger King on the main high street there, and I walked up all confidently to the desk. I said to the woman, can I have 10 Whopper patties, please? And she said, 10 Whoppers? I said, no, just the patties, just the beef burgers. And she said, oh, I don't know. She's tapping away on her machine, you know. And I sort of stood there for a while. She said, so just the patties? I said, yeah. And she said, and you want 10 of them? I said, yes. And she said, okay. And she said, I just need to go and check something. One moment, she went round the back, got her manager. The manager come out, and she said to me, is it correct that you want 10 Whopper patties? And I said, yes. And all confident, you know. And she said, okay, yeah, well, we can do that, but we'll have to charge you for the burger, and then we'll add the patties on as extra. I said, yeah, that's fine, whatever, you know, I'll pay whatever, I just need 10 of them is all. And she said, oh, yeah, not a problem. So I stood there and I waited, and it come out in 2 boxes. I think it's come out in 1 box, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 2 missing. But it looks like they're all in 1 box anyway, unless they put 2 in the other. But yeah, mine come in 2 boxes. And as soon as it come out, I picked the tray up, and instantly I felt that regret, because I'm like, this is way too much, because it weighed a ton, like a field of weight. So I went downstairs to the little underground bit, and I was eating there, and I ate the first box, the 5, and I was pretty much totally full from then. But I thought, you know, the pride kicked in. I thought, I can't be beaten by this. If Carnivore Cam can eat 10 Whopper patties, then Lion Dan can eat 10 Whopper patties, yeah? So it was that, and then, you know, I've just ordered off these people. I'll tell you something else I never mentioned. When I was ordering that, when the manager come out to ask, like, are you serious? Like, is this what you want? There was a bloke that worked there who was listening in as well. It was probably the first time they've ever had anything like it ever happen before. So I sat down there, and I'm like, I'm not being beaten by this. I am eating all 10 Whopper patties, and it became like a challenge, almost like I wanted to prove it to myself, not just to them, because I knew I wouldn't see them again, so I didn't have to try to keep up my my masculine appearance. But it was more, I wanted to prove it to myself. So I sat there, and I'm not joking, I was probably there for about 45 minutes, forcing them last 5 Whopper patties down. And I'm proud to say that I did it. I beat the Carnivore Cam 10 Whopper patty challenge. And I walked out of that Burger King with a belly full of Whoppers, a heart full of pride, and my head held high. And anyway, I never ordered 10 Whopper patties again. After that, it was like 5, 6 every single time. I'm going to give you a massive tip here that Carnivore Cam doesn't say, because oftentimes when you go into these Burger Kings, even if you make it abundantly clear that you just want the beef, it will come out and it won't just be the beef. It will come out with the bun on it. And so what I learn is, this is going to sound ridiculous, but this is literally what I do. And, you know, people who have been with me at the time will back me up. I'll literally go over to them and I'll say, can I get 6 Whopper patties? I just want the patty, just the beef, without the bread or anything like that, just the beef. This is an allergy order. It's very important because it's an allergy order. So I just want the beef, no bread, no lettuce, no nothing else. It is just the beef I want because it's an allergy order. I'll literally say it like that. Like, I'll repeat it over and over and over again. And I would say that's probably increased the amount of times it's come out without the bread by, I don't know, maybe about 90%. It happened once the other day, but it almost always works. If you just keep banging on about the allergy order, it gets through to them. Because at the end of the day, they're just trying to, they're trying to do a job really, really fast. They're not really paying full attention. They have to communicate that with someone else, and so the other person misunderstands and all that. And it's just a load of faff. Keep going back and forward. So that's how I found to do it. So anyway, big up Carnivore Cam.